Hi again, my fellow friends and fellow traders. This is my third take of the morning. I initially didn't press the record button, and then subsequently I didn't connect the microphone to the software. But anyway, now things are back in order. It is it is now 5:37 in the morning, 1st of July 2021, as I do my full scan in the market. I hope you guys enjoy this and take a few lessons there. So starting off with APSA, I took a trade as APSA broke through the 50-day exponential moving average and a new what is this? Okay, let me just use this one. As it made a new high. This new high close to was last in yeah. So anyway, I took the position with the stop loss just below that 128, just below the traffic there at that 128.80 level, below that 50 exponential moving average, looking fairly decent, holding the the prior level as support within this doji candle. Let's see how the market takes care of itself after this doji candle, if it will continue to make a lower low or a lower high, taking me out there, perhaps to come back to test the 200-day exponential moving average. We'll see, but for now this provides a good risk entry. And then if we can get through again 143, I'll add to the position. And if we can get again through 147, I'll add to the position again. I'm liking Aptar quite a bit. The banks have been looking quite decent. African Rainbow. Resources stocks are looking fairly good. Perhaps the rand weakening ever so slightly is helping them just a tiny. It's a bit, but we'll see if we can get through that level there. That's was it 259. If you can get through 259 and get through that 50-day exponential moving average, I'll jump back into the trade. With a stop loss there at 228. And then when we continue to move higher, if we maybe can get it close through that level there, that level held nicely as support, as you can see there. If we can get through 267, I'll add it to the position, trailing my stop to that 242 level, and then if we can get through again that 286 level, I'll then add again. And then once we get through 303, because I will be new high territory, I'll then revert to my boxes to kind of see where my entries and stops should be. And Platt, just like all the other resources, stock breaking that trend line there, but not so convincingly. With a nice bullish candle there, the bullish engulfing candle, closing through above the 200-day exponential moving average. So I want to see that battle. I want to see the stock win that battle first after 200-day exponential moving average with a close through that 1680 level. If we can get close through 1680, I'll take the position. The stop loss there around just below that swing low there on that 1492, 1498. And then again, if we can get through that 1821, I'll add again to the position with a stop loss there at 1569. And Platts looking quite decent. When the 50 days below the 200-day exponential moving average, nothing good happens. What I can see happening here is the stock rallying to the 282 level. You know, but it will still collapse on further. But I don't short stocks, so yeah. Let me just move on Anglo. Uh, AB InBev. So looking nice, nice head and shoulders pattern. And if you zoom back out a little bit, perhaps let me jump back into the weekly chart. If you zoom back into that, you can see the stock making high lows and higher lows and higher highs. Looking really good. Now let's see if we can get through that 1066 level to make new highs. I'm liking nice ascending triangle pattern there. Nice little ascending triangle pattern there on NBNBev on the weekly chart. So if you can get through the 1066 level, I'll take the position, and then if we can just put that back there. Yeah, if we can get through that, and again, if we get through that 1095, or rather that 1108, I'll add to the position and show my stop behind me. But at the minute, I'm looking for that. That 1065 level. Where are we? Aspen. So I got stop in Aspen, and I got stopped in Aspen. My stop was somewhere around that 58 level. Perhaps I was a little bit naive because there was an obvious swing low just below my stop loss there that I ignored. But that's a lesson learned, and that's neither here nor there anymore. So now I'll jump back into the position with a stop loss there. Initially, I wanted to put my stop there at 155, admittedly, but I have a rule on my trading system and my trading rules that my stop loss needs to be at least twice ATR. And then that means sometimes, even though this is an obvious, nice, tighter stop, so I'd rather have a wider stop and break my rules. So if I put 162.34, and my ATR is 4.5. Yeah, 162.34. Maybe call it 35 to allow for slippage. And my ATR is 4.5. Just bring that back here. ATR being 4.5. So my recommended stop is 155.34. So that 155.18 level provides me with a very good place to place my stop. So if I recalculate my entry there, so call it 162.35. To allow for slippage with a stop loss of 155.2018. Let's call it 18 or 10, just to give it 8 cents more room. I'll be buying myself 7.3 shares. I'll buy myself 7.3 shares with a stop loss of 155.10 when the market opens tomorrow. Looking quite decent, and if we can get through that 167, I'll add again to the position and show my stop behind me. Building my position there. Astral Foods, nice breakout there. I'll be taking this position. Let me quickly calculate a recommended stop to see if I can't put it tighter. 17. Let's bring it there. 157.75. With the ATR of 5, so that should be 147. So yeah, so 146 is not horribly bad as a stop. So I'll put my stop at that 145 level, just to give it a little bit. I like giving my stops a little bit more room. So 147.74. Perhaps I should be using that this bid price here to calculate my entry, because I suspect that there will be a gap at the open as I enter the position. So anyway, so 145. So 145. So I'll be buying myself 4.2 shares of Astral Food. Just make a note for myself. With a stop loss of 145. 145 flat. Nothing good is happening there. As you can see, 50 days below the 200-day. Barlow, I'll be buying Barlow. Let's quickly do the calculations again. Let's first look at the ATR. If the stop loss is properly in order, we'll use the 107.03, and the ATR is 4. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's 3.95, so call it 4. So stop loss at 99 Rand. So I'll just pull it ever so slightly to that 99 Rand 05 level. So let me bring actually 99.20. Let me bring my calculator back up. 107.03, 99.20. So I'll be buying myself 6.8 shares of Barlow tomorrow when the market opens. Rather later when the market opens, with a stop loss there of 99.20. But British American tobacco, nothing good happening under the when this condition is true. So I'll move right along. Since I don't short stocks. BHP bulletin looking quite, the stock has been quite strong over the past couple of weeks. So I'm looking for a close through that 430 level with an initial stop of 391, and then again pulling it back up to that 414 as we close through that 445, and then if you can get through 466, I'll add again. I'll add to the position, and again if we can get through that 491 level, I'll add to the position again. Bitcop looking quite decent. I just pulled my stop just before hitting the record button. In fact, when I was still recording the other one, when I thought I was still recording the other session, I pulled my stop to that 294 level. So now this trade is slightly in profit, but by smidgen, less. Yeah, it's very, very small. In any case, if you can get through that 319.53 level, I'll add to the position, trailing my stop to the 301 level. I'll be securing at least quite a bit of profit, perhaps close to 1%, but we'll see when that comes. Bidvest looking quite good. Yeah, as you can see, broke through that trend line there. It first broke through there, and I kept on pyramiding into the position. Um, uh, you know, being away from the market for a couple of weeks. I was away in the market for about 3 months. I mean, for about a month. I'm not 100% certain if I was going to survive the pullback there, because I probably would have pulled my stop already, but I'm not 100% certain. But in any case, um, holding that self there, holding that the 50-day exponential moving average, holding quite nicely, repelling from the trend line, holding it as support. So if you can get through that 201 level, I'll be definitely adding to the position, perhaps with a stop loss at the break even of the last position, but we'll see how the market takes care of itself between now and then. If it provides me with better swing lows, so that I can place my stop below swing lows. Capitec looking quite strong. Actually, I'm looking for. We got to close through. That's the thing I was looking for. So we're gonna close through. What is it? 1684. So I'll take this position with an initial stop loss. So I was in this trade. I ran that rally. I got stopped on that pullback there. So I'm going to enter this position with a stop loss. In fact, I will not enter this position. I will not enter this position because that's a bearish candle there. So I'll wait for the next green close. If we can get a close above this candle here, I'll take the position with a stop loss there at 1594. And then again, if we can get through 1726, I'll add again to the position. But for now, I am just waiting for a green close. If we can get a green close today, I will take a position with a stop loss there below at that 1599 level. Richmond, founding some consolidation after a strong rally. I did enter on the breakout there. I like the stock line moves like this. It breaks and doesn't look back. So if you can get through that 177 level, I'll add to the position with a stop loss there at 168. Fairly decent, or even better at the 171 level. I'll add, my stop loss to that 171 level and add to the position. Clicks. So Clicked looking quite sideways. It's been in a sideways pattern for some time, but continuously making higher lows. It's continuously making higher lows. So I took the position as it closed above that, and closed above that 50-day exponential moving average. So we'll see with the stop loss below traffic. So if you can get through that 287, my conviction will rise with that. And if we can get past 263, I'll add to the position, trailing my stop behind me on clicks. Coronation, I got stopped, after paying the dividend, the stock just fell off. I got stopped somewhere around that 52 level, at a modest profit, probably. I think at about a 2% profit, I can't recall correctly. So if we can get through that 49 rand level, I'll take the position with a 5 rand stop at that 45 rand 60 level. And again, if you can get through the 52 level, I'll add again to the position. And ultimately, if we can get through 56, I'll add again to the position. But for now, it's just to wait and see if we can get through 49. I added my position on discount. Looking like as it broke through there, looking like that what was resistance is held yesterday rather, and support testing it there. But we don't know if that it held or that candle was saved by the bell. We'll see as the market takes care of itself over the next couple of days. If it continues to move, my next stop would be 31, and because this position is so this position, when I entered this position yesterday, the profits on the trade are sitting slightly above 10%, which means I need to increase my position size from 1% risk to a 2% risk. So now, as a result, I'm no longer building this position, I'm running this position. So what that means for me is that I can only now take position if my stop loss is above my last entry. So the only thing I'll be doing is the market moves higher is trail my stop to that 31 rand level, and then once my stop is above my last entry, then I'll add to the position again. Perhaps if we move back ever so slightly, when we get through 34 rand, what is this? 24 and 63, 34 and 63. If you get through that 34 and 63, I will pull my stop to 31 rand 32. Let's get rid of that one there. So if we can get through 34, 32, I'll pull my stop to hey, what's happening? Get rid of that there as well. So if you can get through 34.63, I'll put my stop to the 31, 32, unless the market gives me an even better level to place my stop. The stop looking quite like a jam. This is actually my biggest trade. And my longest, holding position, because I held this position for quite some time. My system has been changing while I held this position. So first entry was that 72.50 level. And at the time, I had a rule that for long positions, I needed my 30-week exponential moving average to be above. Had I had the rule that actually 50-day above the 200 days is just as good, I would have started building this position from that breakout there, and again that breakout there. But that's not here nor there anymore. So if we can get through that 172 level, I'll take the position with stop loss just below the doji there at 162. And again, similarly, when I took that last trade, it was 5 times bigger, because when I took the last trade, I had about 40% profit on the stock, so above 40%. And when I'm in profit by over 40%, I take a 5% risk on subsequent entries. So if you can get through that 72 rand. 172, I'll trail my stop to 162, and ultimately once I get my stop above that last entry, I'll be adding another 5% risk on distal. Gold stocks not looking very, very good. So moving right along. Exaro. So Exaro paid a chunky dividend a few months ago, and the stock just gapped it down. Initially, my stop loss to cater for dividend, and plus I was going away on holiday, was at 146, and I kept on trailing it. Now it's currently sitting at 152. So if you can get through all that. Yeah, if you can get through that level, that 170 level, I'll pull my stop to 161, reducing my risk ever so slightly. Yeah, if you can get back in that 170, 184 box, I'll pull my stop to 161. And again, if you can get through 184, I'll then start adding again to this position. First rand, the banks are starting to recover and look a little bit better. They got sold off when the entire market was being sold off the past from 2 weeks ago. So when approaching the 200-day exponential moving average, started to find some support and repel. Yesterday closed above the 50-day exponential moving average, so now I'm just waiting for a close through above that high close there. If we can get it close through 53.80, I'll take the position, the stop loss there at 50.90. Shini looking quite good, nice symmetrical triangle pattern. There was a nice symmetrical triangle pattern breakout there. The reason why I didn't take that position was there was an obvious overhead resistance at 163, very close by, so I'd rather just wait it out a little bit. If you can get through that 163, I'll add to the position with a stop loss there at 147.60. Actually, let me just trade my stop to that level for now, perhaps 145, to avoid a little bit of popcorn trades there. So if we start eating up this gap, I want to out of the position. And in fact, if we take out that low there, I want to be out of the position because there's a good chance that we're going to close that gap. And if we do, I'd rather be out and then jump back into this trade. So let me quickly update my journal. My stop is now. Just quickly do that. Look for TFG. Let me just expand that slightly. Just widen that. What's TFG? There you go. Now my stop loss is 147.81. Nice bit of profit. So I'm now sitting at about 6% profit. Looking, that's quite decent. So if you can get it close through that 163, I'll add to the position with the same stop of that 147.71 level. Did I get that right? 147.71. Did I get that right? Yes, I did. So yeah, if we can get through 163, I'll add to the position with a stop loss still at 147.71, because if we can take out that low, there's a good chance that we're closing that gap. I'd rather wait for the gap to be closed and then jump back in. Glencore, I'm still struggling with the 50-day exponential moving average with the nice bullish flag. So if you can get through, break out of the bullish flag and close above, you can get a close above. Just put that back there a little bit. If you can get a close there above 62.24 or 62.25, I'll take the position with initial stop loss below the last low of the bull flag. And then again, if you can get through that, I'll add to the position. And then again, if you can get through that, I'll add again into my position. So Glencore looking quite decent. Gold stocks aren't looking very, very good. Gold did look like it was starting to move, but just collapsed in a heap. Yeah, it did catch me there. I did take a position, but yeah, in any case. Growth point, looking quite a bit. But this picture could change just as easily since with the presidential lockdowns and that sort of thing. We'll see. Maybe over the 14 days that the president talked about, the stock will be range bound. But if we can get through 15 rand 06, I'll add to my position with a stop loss at break even. Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see if the president's address has any impact. So, how many goals still? Let's just move right along and not waste any more time on that one. What is this? Imperial. So Imperial broke from that trend line there. Moving nicely, nice bullish flag breakouts, moving quite nicely, but now it's just been range bound, going nowhere slowly. But if we can get through 51.64, I'll add to the position, but I'll have to wait and see how the market is taking care of itself during this range bound. If I delete all my tools, it's just range bound within that box. Just range bound within that box there. So if you can get through this box, I'll add to the position. But for now, it's still range bound. There's nothing you can do about that. But the trajectory of the 50-day exponential moving average is moving slightly upward, but we'll see as market as time goes by. Nice bullish flag on Investec, but I'm looking for a breakthrough that 58.10 level with the stop loss there at 53.60. But yeah, looking for 58 close through 58.10. JSE not looking very, very good. Not good at all. Just move right along. Kumba broke out the 50-day exponential moving average, but then I saw that there's still an obvious overhead resistance there, that green candle there, inverse hammer, and then when the market came back to that 645, it held and collapsed in the heap. So if you can get through that level first, I'll then take position. But for now, it's wait and see on Kumba. Liberty, nothing good happening there. Let's move it right along. What's this? Life Healthcare, sharp pullback there. Stock held the 50-day exponential moving average, but it was bound. It ran too far away from the 50-day exponential moving average. It was bound to pull back at some point. And there was a way on the pullback. So if you can get through 25.77, I'll add to the position. Of course, 21 rand is a little bit too far for a stop loss, but we'll see. And for now, 22 rand is not horribly bad, but we'll see how the market takes care of itself between to now at 22.60 and at 25 level, to see if I can't get new higher lows to place my stop loss. Mediclinic, I think Life Healthcare and Mediclinic probably get stopped because the president ordered that they must stop elective surgery, and that would mean elective surgery is a big driver of these health stocks. It's a big driver of revenue for these health stocks. So it's probably still going to be continue to be range bound between that level. We'll see if my stop gets hit, and how bad that impact of the president's address would be for the health stocks. But we'll see. I don't trade the news or what the president is saying. I trade what the chart tells me. So momentum. So I'm looking for a close through that level. I did close above the 50-day exponential moving average. Again today came back to test it. So yeah, if you can get through that 1954, I'll take the position with a stop loss there at 1846. If you just do that, there you go. Decent looking bullish flag. Yeah, decent looking bullish flag there. But if you in fact, probably even if we can get it close through the 1954, I would for a breakthrough that trend line resistance level. If we can break through as we're breaking through 1945, if we can break through that as well, I'll take the position. Master price, nice bullish flag with an obvious stop at 202 level. If we can break through the bullish flag, I will take the position with a stop loss there at 203. MTN, nice doji candle, holding that 50-day exponential moving average. I am inclined to add to this position. Let's quickly do some calculations. Let's bring that. That'd be 103.08, and my just reduce it. So my ATR is 27. ATR is just pull that there. 2.76 called 2.8. So my stop should be 97 rand and call it 97.40. So just pull it back there. So I'm just gonna do 97.44 is just as good. Cool. And just come back here, 97.44. Let's see how my risk level is. Was MTN stop losses now for 4% profit, so still a 1%, adding just 1% on the on the trade. Risk calculator, just move that a little bit. So we have 103.08, 147.44. So that's, so I'll be buying myself 9.4 shares of MTN. Looking quite nice. Multi-choice. Multi-choice, man. Multi-choice. So nothing good happens under the 200-day exponential moving average, but the 50-day is still above the 200-day. So let's see how it takes care of itself if it does close back above the 200-day and the 50-day exponential moving average. If it does, I'll take the position with the stop loss just below that low there on multi-choice. But for now, I'm just waiting on the sidelines to see what is happening. Nice bullish flag on Nedbank. If you can get through that 177, I'll put my stop to 160 and add to the position. Nepirock looking very, very good. Nice breakout there. I'll be taking this position. Just pull that back. So we have 101.10. So you notice that at times I'm using the mid price, at times I'm using the bid price to calculate the risk, and I take the highest of the two to calculate my risk. And then 8R is 2.2. So 96 should be my stop, so I'm happy with 95.04. Yeah, I'm happy with 95, so I'll be buying myself. Let's quickly calculate that. I did calculate it earlier. It gives me 9 shares, 101, 03, and 95. So I'll be buying myself 9 shares instead of 8.8 on Nepirock. So nice, the Nepirock looking quite nice. Netk, hospital stocks aren't looking very, very good, especially in light of the president's address. So we'll see if we can get through that 1543 level. Now then, it did break through the downtrend line, and looks like it's holding it, but I want to close above that 22270 level with a stop loss at 205, and then again, if you can get through 234, I'll add to the position and trail my stop to 211. Mutuals, looking for close through 1367. I did get stopped on the pullback there. So if we can get through 1367, I'll take the position and then wait for a close above that 1478 level on as you can see, nice golden cross, and there's quite a bit of traffic, quite a bit of way to go back to that 24 level of 2020, but we'll see how the market reacts. But so far looking very, very good, coming up of a low base. Pepco, another trade I'm heavily in profit. Nice, been pyramiding nice into this position. If we can get through 2090, I'll add to the position with a stop loss there at 1940. I'm liking Pepco quite a bit. Pick and Pay looked like it was promising, but that rising wedge there isn't. A rising wedge is typically a bearish it's a bearish setup. Broke through the 200-day, came back. The 200-day was unmoved. So yeah, I'm staying away from Pick and Pay at the minute. Ulta, similar story, and looks like the 50-day exponential moving average is about to close below, so moving right along. Reb Fukeng, nice bullish flag breakout there, closing above the 50-day exponential moving average. So if we can get through 108, I'll add it to the position with a stop loss there at 99 Rand and some change. And then again, if we can get through 118, I'll add again to the position. I did take quite a nice bit of profit on this position because I initially entered on that initial breakout there. And I ran the trend quite nicely. One of those trades that you would be proud of. Raynet. Nothing but happens happening there. I got stopped on Remro as it was pulling back there. Let me just move back. Let's see. Yeah, that held quite nicely as support. That held quite nicely as support, and I think that should have been a good entry for me. The candle there, but the market came back. Perhaps to retest the level again. But if you can get a close back above that 115 level, I'll take the position with a stop loss at 110. So if you can get a close through 140, what is it? Yeah, 114.90 again. Yeah. What is it? Just pull that, because I want to close above that candle there. Yeah, 115 and some change. If you can get through that candle there, I will take the position and control with a stop loss at 110. Rand Merchant Investment Holding has been biting me for quite some time now, such that I'm just gonna wait for that 33.80 level before I jump back into this position. Sanlam looking quite decent, not too bad. Just lower my entry signal, my entry breakout there. So if you can get through, let's see. That's much better. So if you can get through 62.70, I'll take the position with a stop loss of there around that 59 rand and some change. If you can get through that 62.70 level and add to the position once we can get through 64.94 level on Sanlam. Santam doesn't look as good. 50-day exponential moving average still below the 200-day exponential moving average. SAPI, actually that's quite a decent breakout there, but I want that entry will be far too close to the 50-day exponential moving average, so I want to close above the 50-day exponential moving average. As you can see, this level held quite nicely as support. Let me see. Yeah, on the next close above the 50-day exponential moving average, I will take the position with a stop loss there at 36.60. Sasol also looking for a close back above, the support level was holding quite nicely, so I'm looking for a close back above the 50-day exponential moving average. If we can get through a close above the 50-day exponential moving average, I'll take the position with an initial stop of 290, and then if we can get through that 240 level, I'll again add to the position with a stop loss now at 211, and then if we can get through 250, I'll add to the position and look at how the market has been taking care of itself to place a stop loss again. ShopRite, we're almost the end. Looking quite decent. So if you can get close above 156, I'll pull my stop ever so slightly to 150. But if you can get close through 162, I'll add to the position and let the market tell me where to put the stop next. Sibanye looking quite decent, holding that 200-day exponential moving average. If you can get a close above that 60.70, I'll take the position. As you can see, that's quite a distance away from the 50-day exponential moving average, so I can start building my position with relative ease. As the price is still a fair bit of distance away from the 50-day exponential moving average, and again, if we can get close through that 64 level, I'll add to the position, which should also be a close above the 50-day exponential moving average. Standard Bank, I want a close through that 133, which was a previous support. Perhaps I can pull that a little bit closer. Yeah, I can definitely pull it a little bit closer. If you can get through 128, 128.80. If I can get through that level, I'll take the position with a stop loss there at 122. At 122.20. And then again, if we get it close through, if you can get nice. If you can get it close through 136, I'll add again to the position, and then ultimately, if we can get through 142, I'll add again into the position, trailing my stop behind me. But for now, that 128.20 level is my level to enter. So if we can get it close through the level, I'll take position with a stop just below the 200-day exponential moving average and just below that swing low there, at 122.20, looking quite decent. SPAR, I recently got stopped on SPAR, and yeah, that cross there, I don't like that, and I don't like the stock being below the 200-day exponential moving average. So Telkom, I will be buying myself some Telkom. Let's quickly do some calcs. As you can see, nice breakout holding that 50-day exponential moving average. I wanted to close above that candle there to ensure that that trend line resistance there is broken properly. So we got that yesterday. So I'll be, let's see, where is my calculator? First, 4637 with 1.48 R. My stop loss should be around 43.57, so I'll just pull it a little bit. Let's call it 43.40. So 46.49 with stop losses 43.40. Buying myself 17.2 shares of Telkom. Let me just quickly make a note for myself. Just make sure they're not. Yeah, so I'll be buying myself at the open 17.2 shares of Telkom. I will make a video of me entering those positions later when I am making those entries. Target brands, and I stopped on that sell off there. Looking for a break back above that 218 level. Because that traffic there, that sideways traffic there, I don't like it one bit. So if we can get through 218, I'll take the position with a stop loss of 202. What else there? Transaction capital, another one that I've ridden quite well. First breakout there, just pyramiding into the position. So if you can get through 38, in fact, I need to, because I moved my stop away a little bit because of a dividend payment. There was a dividend that was paid there in June, so I moved my stop a little bit away to cater for the dividend. Now I think that dividend has been priced in properly, so I'm gonna put my stop there at 35.60. Just move that at 35.60 and just move my stops. There you went, man. Yeah, there you go. 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 Probably a couple more. There you go. I think this is probably the last one. Still a few more. That was the last one. So let's quickly update the journal. Was transaction capital code. Just lengthen that a little bit. Code TCP. There it is, right there. My stop loss is now 35.60. That's a 28% profit there. And my next potential stop was the 36.80 level. So yeah, I'll add to the position, adding a risk on of that would mean 30%. Would mean a 4% risk. I'll add 4% risk on this position once we get through that 38.40 level. Truwards, I entered the trade yesterday, so now I'm waiting for a close through that 59.20. If you can get through 59.20, I'll add to the position, trailing a stop behind me. Vodacom has been range bound and whipsawing, so I'm just gonna wait for that 137.40 resistance level to break out to start building this position. Lastly, Woolies. So at Woolies, I'm waiting for a close through that 55.78 level. To take the position and pull my stop to that 51.98 level. And of course, the Citrix 40 not looking quite as we would like. But I usually trade the Citrix 40 on the laser system. Bring back that. So laser system is a bit bearish, with the 30-day exponential moving average being below the 30-day exponential moving average being below the 60-day exponential moving average, and triggering a short as the price goes below the 15-day exponential moving average. If you can get a close below that level, that would confirm the short, but I don't short at the minute, especially considering that we're in a bull market, so I wouldn't be short on Citrix 40. But if we can get through that 63.55 level, we'll be off to the races again, going into new highest territory there. So that's it. So stocks that I'll be buying at the open is Astral Food, 4.2 shares with a stop loss there at 145. Nepirock, I'm going to buy myself 9 shares with a stop loss there at 95. Aspen, I'm going to buy myself 7.3 shares with a stop loss there at 155.10. And Barloworld, I'm going to buy myself 6.8 shares with a stop loss of 99.2. And then I'm going to buy to MTN. I'm going to buy myself 9.4 shares with a stop loss of 97.44. And lastly, Telkom, I'm going to buy myself 17.2 shares of Telkom with a stop loss of 43.42. So yeah, like I said, I'll do another video recording these entries, and also recording the scan of my open position after I've entered the new positions, and looking at the we'll update the channel as well and look at how the portfolio is looking once these 2, 4, 6 positions have been entered at the open. So that's it for this video today. Be sure to subscribe if you like this kind of content. Be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any more videos. Hit the like button and the bell notification button so that you don't miss out. Don't forget to join Simon Brown and myself every Wednesday 5:30, and then we're doing this live, and you're more than welcome to ask questions. I do have a practice session, a practice video sessions that I do. There's a practice playlist. I'll leave a card or something on this video that you can check out. But there I'm just playing music in the background, and you can kind of see back to like practicing and backtesting my system. You can kind of see how that happens in real time. As I trade historical random, like I pick random stocks and trade the historical data. So yeah, that's it for this video this week. Remember to subscribe, like, comment on the video what are you looking at, what are the stocks that you're entering or exiting, what are you looking for, what are your favorite setups, and what if you have any questions, just comment the timestamp of your question, and just comment the timestamp of your question or simply email me your timestamp and your question to njabulo@villagetrader.co.za, and I'll be happy to answer that. And also, if you want me to look at a chart that you're interested in, whether it's offshore or South African JSE listed, just drop me an email at njabulo@villagetrader.co.za. So yeah, that's it for me for now. I'll check you again a little bit later. Cheers.